Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Sea. Last episode, we acquired the Fulgent Impeller, and then promptly crashed ourselves into the side of King Eater Castle. But, more importantly, we acquired the Fulgent Impeller, which means we're more speedy, efficient, and more killy, because we have more irons and mirrors, and that's lovely. However, we have no hunger. We have a considerable amount of hunger. No supplies to feed said hunger, though. So, I got nothing. I got nothing. Like, in terms of ways to fix this, don't really have much. I'm guessing if we go to the Outer Room and Aigul, that might be my best solution. And then the music cuts out, so I'm just awkwardly just talking now, but oh my god, no. No, I don't want to deal with that. Although that might be an opportunity. No, because I don't think I get supplies from the glorious dreadnoughts. I'm sure I get other stuff. But, well, not really something I need right now. Oh. I mean, that's an option. But, I mean, I have so many emergency rations. Well, we'll worry about that when we have to worry about it. Right now, we are just speeding along, doing pretty damn well. That'd be the Fulgent Impeller doing its job. Hi, yes. Memories of plenty. Hot porridge with creamy milk and honey. The smell of roast chicken. Rubbery lumps the way they cook them on Mutton Island. The crisp flesh of a newly unearthed Eden fungus. Oh god. Distract yourself, find something else, anything else. Run emergency drills, debate philosophy. A busy day, you walk the ship, watching the crew, addressing infractions and laziness. You're suitably distracted, and they know their captain is watching. Which helps deal with our terror situation, and look at us go. Seriously, this is why I kind of waited for a while to do some real exploring. Kind of, sort of. Just because the Fulgent Impeller makes us go fast and efficient. Of course, it's not helping the fact that we're starving to death, but, minor detail. We should also be going pretty damn fast underwater. I'm sorry, under the Z. And actually, stop at Igil would not be a bad idea. Is this an actual island that we're coming up on? Doesn't look like it. Hello, thing. Auroral crab carcass. The corpse of a vast crab is sunken into the Z floor. Its shell is vivid saffron. The water around it is luminescent. Investigate the corpse. The crab is both like and unlike others of its species. Terrible luminescence. You don a diving suit and approach the shining shell. Gold light pours into your eyes. You see turning wheels of fire. You hear the endless tick of grinding gears. When the light fades, the darkness is deep as morning velvet. I'm sorry, morning velvet. It's a subtle change in tone there. Morning versus morning. Oh? Hello, thing of potential value. Oh my god. Well. Cast their bodies to the Z. The Z too is hungry. Oh. I'm curious. But no, feast on their remains. Day by day, you all grow weaker. Each sip of fresh water is carefully rationed. Sailors squabble over scraps of leather. Each morning, bodies are found stiff and cold. You are passed to the edge of desperation. They have died, you will live. The higher-minded or less hungry crew lock themselves away. You and the less scrupulous stalk the ship's corridors, gathering the emaciated remains of your once fellows. It's not what you'd call good eating, but it'll make a sustaining stew. Indeed. It didn't even raise our terror that much, so I say it's worth it. This, however, this I am curious about. I'm hoping that you provide plenty of supplies for my crew. Hopefully. Fingers crossed and all that. No. Stay right there, thank you. Continue to distract ourselves. Terror's already down. Isn't it lovely? So I guess that does actually deal with terror. Huh. I wonder why I never noticed that before. I read in the comments that it did, but I wasn't convinced. I need to have more faith in you guys. Anyway, you've defeated a Triskelion. It spins as it dies, jetting boiling water from each of its maws with a noise like 100 mishandled kettles. A dark foamed vortex forms. I mean... harpoon it. It's a risk, but in Fallen London they pay double for anything pole and line caught. Pull, my hearts, pull! The winch creaks and whines as the beast tries to bore itself further into the dark below, but the hauling line holds. Finally, the Triskelion is spent. It floats, turning gently like a child's pinwheel. You haul the thing in with care, but it disintegrates on the cargo floor. Luckily, there are glints of value amid the slathered remains, including a live specimen, interestingly enough. Last Stygian ivory too, which... Great. Could use that a little while ago. But that's fine. Even this is fine. We need to get to Aigul, actually. I'm hoping, against hope, that they will sell things here. And actually, since we have an extra, consume a live specimen. It's not attractive, but at least it's fresh. You are unlucky. Gone in a flash. As it nears the boiling pot, the live specimen writhes from the cook's hand. The moment its oily skin touches the flame, it's consumed in a sickly green fire. The cook can salvage his eyebrows, but not a meal. Only a handful of warped fish bones remain, along with a whiff of sulfur and sardines. Oh dear. Distract, yes. Huh. Well, going to Igil now. Good news is we have that solace fruit still, hopefully. Oh my god, do I still have that solace fruit? I do, good. Okay. Whew. Had myself worried there for a minute. If you guys can just hold on for a little bit longer. Won't have to eat yourselves. It'll be great. And nope. Nope, don't. Get in there. Yeah, perfect. Flawless. And we actually do have shops. Perfect. The Fortis Kettle, a restrained research vessel. Requisitions: a grounded submarine has little need for fuel. Its occupants, however, have a great need for coffee. Oh, had I known, my friends. Had I known. And this is interesting. But no. Supplies, please. 6 only. And 8 fuel should get us where we're going. But before we worry about that, no, back to Aigul. The station is pinned to the surface of Aigul. Once it was a roving vessel, the Fortis Kettle, then floated freely from place to place. Now it's stuck on spines of fluke rock. Assemble our port report. The Admiralty would find this a curious place. Loose information: you gather a description of the Fortis Kettle and a survey of its resources. You scrape away a little of the sealant, the color of amber and the texture of wax, that keeps out seawater where the hull is pierced by the spines of Igil. You sketch the arrangement of decks and hatches, so far as you've been able to reach. But about the population you cannot offer as much detail. The tomb colonist declines to be identified, and the traveling postman laughs at you. Delightful. Bribe the first mate. The crew can't show you around. The first mate keeps the hatch keys. They rarely leave the engine room, but they'll come out for solace fruit. And I just so happen to have some. Isn't it lovely? Gratefully received. The first mate's features are softer than the average Londoners, as though they have become part rubbery man. Their skin is marked in dozens of places with shiny, calcified ovals, around which the skin is reddened. You offer them the solace fruit, and they receive it reverently. They don't eat in front of you, but withdraw through a hatch that is usually kept locked. They're gone a long time, and far off you hear a man's deep laughter. It's a surprising sound in the whispering ship. At last the first mate returns, fingers stained. Interesting. The first mate grows needles of Fortis while exploring Aigul, but how many? Oh. Observe the first mate in research. The kettle was a research vessel. Now the first mate sometimes engages in research on the fluke spines that pierce the ship. Oh. Oh no, this does make sense, because the rubbermen and the flukes are interrelated somehow. I'm not entirely clear on how. But, yes. Well, let's move on. A gathering of silver in the storeroom. The room is blocked by a thick spine at waist level. The spine is purple-black, but the crew have been working at it with planes, grinding away a silvery powder. The powder is collected on mats and sieved into bottles. Our export, the first mate explains. It goes to Station 3, but that is not what we've come for. The first mate touches the spine, and for a time their spirit is absent. Then from one of their few patches of unmarked skin, they grow a needle-shaped protrusion and snap it free. A memento of what I saw when my mind was with Aigul. Interesting? Oh my god, no. Just consume a needle of Fortis. Press the spike into your own flesh, knowing what it knows. A little worse than a tattoo, surely. Perhaps not just yet. Observe the first mate with a pilgrim, though. Another Zubmarine is docked at Aigul, releasing a person in a crocodile mask and long golden robes. Ooh, from Visage. What do you got for me? The postulant brings 10 solace fruit, a generous offering. The first mate leads the crocodile to a makeshift bed. Attendants wrap the crocodile's hands in silk and set them on a spike of Igil. The crocodile weeps copiously through the eye holes of its mask, and it goes to sleep. After relinquishing a regret to Aigul, one needs a good rest, the first mate says, ushering you out. An hour or two later, the crocodile comes out again, cheerful and refreshed. It departs in its submarine. Its deposited regret is not left behind for long, however. The first mate attends the engine room. Peculiar. So are we feeding our regrets to Igil? Because Igil, clearly, refers to this fluke that we're seeing over here. And it's eating people's regrets, it seems. We'll consume a needle of Fortis, but first, ask the first mate for help finding the regret of the sensitive brother. The imperious sister awaits an answer. She is at a rendezvous at Hunter's Keep. Into the Fortis kettle. The first mate leads you through hatches usually kept locked down to the depths of the Fortis kettle. They begin to limp more evidently the further you descend. At last you come to the engine room, where a spike of Igil jabs through the hull. The engine is thoroughly destroyed, its furnace is cold, its great wheels will never turn again. The surface of Igil is exposed to your touch. It shimmers. We make it beautiful on purpose. There's a shiny silver patch on the spike. We allow the silver to be harvested. Touch it with one hand, touch our face. Oh, the stuff in parentheses is actually Igil itself, apparently. Good. Your tunnel is skin tight. You descend face first. The wall presses the back of your head, urging you downward. You should not have come. The entry point of Igil is regret. No one enters Igil without. Surface, not today. You cannot do this today. Perhaps some other time you'll be ready. No. Descend. Igil is made of needles. The inside of a needle is straight. Sharp, thirsty, dry. There is a scent of green bitter things of fermentation. Cactus pulp renders an acceptable wine. Someone once died in the desert, and you're traversing the cause of their death. They lived long enough to regret. Here's the memory of a dying man seeing a vulture overhead. The sky. The tunnel branches. We tell you which way to go, but you do not understand. Deeper, you narrow your shoulders, press your toes and your knuckles into the tunnel wall, squeeze left and down through a passage lined in fragments of amber. They gather what we wish to know. Oh? Here's the smell of a cloying perfume. A woman left her husband for a scoundrel. In a few years she was poor and alone. He seemed like a good man. How could I have known? Of course she knew. Her husband offered to take her back, but she could not endure his forgiveness. We have his regrets also. He minded her absence much more than her unfaithfulness, but he could not persuade her. That's sad. Well. In any case, though, the interesting thing to take away, besides the whole proper communication in a relationship being useful. The fragments of amber, because, as I recall, amber is something that the rubbery men are involved in, the trade and sale and purchasing, back at Fallen London, in the actual game Fallen London, not our London, because we, for some reason, do not have access to any sort of amber. Oh well. And that actually might not be the proper name of it. It's been a long while. Anyway, moving along, enough of the lore discussion, kind of, sort of. Descend, but only if you feel strong. From here you cannot surface until you have found what you seek. Oh god, no. Let's go in. Forward. Do you want to die down here in the dark? Death is not the thing to fear. Do you want to live down here, squeezed between one misery and the next, so that you can barely move your limbs? We prefer it. Has your nerve failed you? You have not moved. Come on now. There we are. Halfway through. Wonderful. You intend to move, and the tunnel moves you. A fresh, red memory. She stood still when she wished to go. She answered questions from the man with the knife-shaped smile. She was afraid of him. She pretended his questions were questions a sociable person would ask. She was more afraid of being discourteous. He did not kill her, after she was angry at herself anyhow, for having her fears out of order. She had a new tongue installed in her mouth. In the presence of trespassers, the new tongue says, I dislike you, I fear you, I wish you would go, whether she bids it to or not. Odd. Do you regret continuing? It is too late. Well, shit. This might be a bad choice. Might have been a bad choice. Well, going in. Night regrets. A recollection the length of a hat pin. It would have been a baby. Oh. Yes. Interesting that this is still what it was. Collect what you came for. Will you be pierced by the brother's regret? I suppose yes. The secretive brother was a clerk at the Admiralty. One can regret even clerical misdeeds. He fell behind in his filings, so he burned a stack of port reports and lied when his superior asked where they were. The lie went undetected. The loss of the reports caused no great trouble. Nonetheless, the regret rankled. The brother had learned integrity from schoolboy novels. Confession offered no cure. It would not retrieve the reports. It would only disappoint the superior and open the whole department to censure. Sometimes cowardice and common sense lead to the same end. The brother's regret caused more trouble than the deed. We cured him. Have you undone the cure? Get out, you've done enough. Ponder how best to deliver your message to the imperious sister. She should know what you have decided. Interesting. Or we can grow the regret into a spine. Will that give somebody the regret, though? There are ways to reach her. She said she'd wait for you at Hunter's Keep. She'll want some kind of proof of her brother's regret. Your word alone will not do. You could go there directly and give whatever message you think best, or you could send her a dream by way of Irem. You've heard they make dreams there. Or perhaps there's a way by the Isle of Cat. Not that that would be an easy or sensible method. What if we grow it into a spine? It's possible, given certain rubbery rituals and preparations. The first mate can show you how. It's challenging to clip off, but you manage, and then file down the spur. There's a little blood and some itching, and the spot remains sensitive. Oh, I grew a spine on me, just next to my thumb. Oh god! Okay, good. Well. I'm not going to show you that regret, I don't think. Not right now. First, we're going to consume a needle of Fortis. Press the spike into your own flesh. Know what it knows. A little worse than a tattoo, surely. Memories layered with memories. You remember a woman who had persuaded herself into a marriage. She never fell in love with someone else or betrayed her husband, or did any of the usual things. She lived a dusty life and wondered whether she even had any appetites to satisfy. Faintly overlying this is the first mate's reaction. Pity, annoyance, and a tangle of feelings about a different broken relationship between themselves and the wounded captain. Interesting. Oh, I need to consume 1, then 3, then 10. Oh. Well. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Well, now that we've more or less recovered our supplies, kind of, sort of, I think next episode we explore this area. Because I'm almost positive this is where the Mangrove College is. Just given the islands in the area. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking. Who could say? Probably stop by Fathom King, Pigmote, then there. But for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.